My name is
Hello.
Phyllis Solomon, and I am a program coordinator with JCA Interages. We have a new project called Intergenerational Interviews, and we're really excited about it. And we're about to start one of them. Hannah Warfield will interview Max Levitt.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
My name is Max Levitt. I'm the executive director of a nonprofit, a local nonprofit in the DC area called Leveling the Playing Field. And I've been doing it for 8 years, pretty much a couple of years out of college. I started the organization. I've been doing it nonstop.
What experiences in your life inspired you to have such an interest in the lack of resources in sports?
Two things. The first was my passion for sports. I grew up like a lot of kids in suburban Washington, D.C., and some kids, go after school and do theater or music or art or whatever their hobby is, right? For me, it was sports. And I really can't imagine what I would have done in my free time without sports. That's the first part of why I'm passionate about this. And the second part is that I spent a lot of my time growing up with my family, with Phyllis and specifically Danny, her son. I spent a lot of time volunteering in the community. I was very aware about how fortunate I was and that there were a lot of kids just like me out there that didn't have the same experience I had growing up. So my passion is giving kids who grow up on the opposite end of the spectrum as myself, right? Me growing up with money, with resources, and then kids who are on the other end who don't have any of those things. I wanted to give those kids the same experience that I had growing up when it came to sports.
I read in your bio that you explored many ideas before coming to this model. How did you get this idea, and what challenges did you have to overcome?
I worked for the football program at Syracuse and became obsessed with how much equipment we were wasting every year, right? So we were throwing away boxes of footballs and cleats and gloves and all the equipment you see a football player use. And I'm talking like millions of dollars worth of equipment into a dumpster. So the original idea was to go to the colleges. They would give me all their equipment and I would donate it to kids who didn't have equipment. The challenge was that I was 21. I made my website at home, like literally it looked like a homemade website. It wasn't very impressive. And I hadn't done anything, right? I was just a 21-year-old who had an idea. So when I would go to like University of Maryland, they would say, I'm not going to give this kid $3 million worth of sports equipment. The key word there is credibility. I didn't have it. How am I going to build credibility, right? I need to start making donations. I need to get testimonials from people who are telling these folks how nice of a thing it is that I did, that I'm a legitimate person who's helping people. We decided that instead of going to the colleges, we were going to go to churches and schools and synagogues. So I called the places that I knew. I called my high school, Jewish day school, the lower school, the upper school. I called the JCC. I went to my synagogue, Bethel, placed just like plastic tubs, like literally like a tub you maybe have in your garage to hold equipment or balls or whatever. And we started collecting a little bit of equipment and a little bit of equipment from not colleges, but from families' garages. So we started bringing in all this equipment. And what ended up happening was that we never even had to go back to the colleges because the amount of stuff that we were getting from families was more than enough.
What has been your favorite memory or experience where you have seen your impact on the community?
So we work a lot with elementary and middle schools, a lot of PE teachers. If you think about the public schools in Montgomery County, right, you're at a Montgomery County middle school. Every middle school in Montgomery County gets the same amount of money for PE. And it's a very small amount of money. But at Pyle and at a lot of schools in Montgomery County, they have, you know what a PTA is?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have a PTA. They do all these fundraisers. At a lot of the schools in low-income communities, these PE teachers have the same amount of money, which is a small amount of money, but they don't have a PTA. They can't go out and raise money because it's a low-income community. People don't have the money to do it. They have the facility. They have a gym. They have a field at their school. They have PE teachers who know how to teach the sport. They have the kids who are willing. They just don't have the equipment. And it's as simple as like 1 hour in our warehouse and it changes everything. And just seeing their reaction when they walk through the doors into the warehouse and they see the shelves full of stuff and us telling them, take as much as you need, come back as often as you want, tell your friends, like go for it. It's a free sporting goods store. Like go shopping for free. It's, their reaction is pretty amazing. My promised land, my perfect situation is every major market in the United States has a leveling the playing field where people can donate their equipment and where school and youth programs can go to get it for free.
Thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Of course. Thanks for the question. That was great.